On New Year's Eve, as most of the world prepared to welcome 2021, the New York Stock Exchange was quietly announcing 3 Chinese telecom companies were to be delisted, in keeping with an executive order signed by President Trump in November banning Americans from investing in the firms because of alleged ties to the Chinese military. In early January, the exchange rode back that decision, saying the companies, China Telecom, China Mobile and China Unicom, would remain listed after traders complained about the difficulty of disinvesting from the stocks at a time when they're already overweight ahead of the upcoming 5G era. But on January the 6th, the firms were delisted again after pressure from the U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, who let it be known he disagreed with the NYSE's change of heart. And now the stocks are, to all intents and purposes, frozen in New York. The NYSE says its moves follow specific guidance from the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control. China's foreign ministry says Washington's actions will immediately harm the United States' interests, credibility, and image.
It's clearly a political move.
Professor Menachem Brenner of New York University says it may not hurt Chinese companies in the short term too much, but long term it may, and he advises dialogue between the two sides.
Hey guys, what do you want from us? Here it is. And we're going to be like any other company that you claim is qualified to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We're not different than them. We want to be listed on and the New York Stock Exchange does the move. All the Morgan Stanleys and everybody, they're going to come on board.
Chinese companies trade in New York as ADRs, American Depository Receipts, a device that allows American investors to buy into them in the blink of an eye. Without the mechanism, the process would be laborious and costly. The delisting ramifications have spread far and wide. U.S. banks have withdrawn multiple investment products from the Hong Kong market as they struggle to comply with Trump's order. Other organizations such as FTSE, S&P, and NASDAQ have begun falling in line as well to protect their American clients. Only this week, the U.S. blacklisted the Chinese oil major, China National Offshore Oil Corporation, for alleged ties to the Chinese military. Professor Brenner says it's not a given that the incoming Biden administration will reverse course just because it's Trump administration policy.
They're going to look into all the arguments that have been brought up by Mnuchin and by the Treasury, why these companies should be delisted, and they'll do an investigation, I assume, and they'll look into it to what extent it is justified. And if they'll be convinced that it's not justified, then maybe they will reverse course.
Whatever President-elect and his new team decide, he has indicated that he wants to repair the damage done to trade relations during the Trump era, including with the European Union, Canada, and China. How long it all takes is another matter. John Terrett, CGTN, New York.